5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve.
All right, 4 o'clock. Here we are live with Neve. This is our West Coast feed, but wherever you are, we're glad you're here. It's a great weekend. It is Memorial Day. I'm sure everybody's got plans of some kind or another. I know here in New Jersey, it's going to be kind of a Netflix and chill kind of a weekend. There's no endorsement of them or the Buccaneers, although my guys, who knows? We'll see them back at the Super Bowl next year. It'll be amazing if they did that. But anyhow, we have a great musical guest. We have Shawn Bell, and damn, I'll let him say it. I was just reading his website. Now I'm having a brain fart here. Shawn is from Ohio, and we're going to talk to him and hear what he's doing. He's a blues man, and he's got a great little band going on down there. So other stuff, we've had a great day today. Everybody, thanks for watching this morning. Phil Fest from Miami was on. We were talking about his new jazz album, and I'm really excited. It's great. I heard it before it came out, and I can't sing its praises enough. We had a lot of fun, and thank him for coming on. We're talking, I don't have a Gone Country hat on. I'm just here hanging out. The weekend is upon us. My girlfriend's home. Julie's in the studio. Shawn's here. You guys are listening. For everybody who's watching or not watching, those of you who watch us tonight, a big thank you for watching us and helping some of our guests do very well. And we have a great show coming up. Julie, come on in and tell me what's going on in your part of the world.
Oh, not much. Same old, same thing. Just a day, same old.
Anybody interesting? You have any new friends or anything?
Since this morning or since last we spoke?
Well, give me a running total.
Oh no, let's see. Let me see if I got another one.
Okay.
Let me just check because I thought I got something else. Hold on.
Just Julie started running subliminals on the show, and amazingly enough, we have all kinds of new friends. Amazingly, you're a sinister genius. Now, but you got to do something because I don't want those shots coming to me. So you got to say what else you can spice up the show with. What do you got there?
See, it's a picture of him and all that stuff. When I asked him to be on the show,
right,
he sent me a picture of that. He's only 3 hours or only an hour behind us. And he said he was too tired to come on the show.
He's too tired. What a wanker.
He sent me dick pics last week.
Wanker. I'm sorry, this guy's a putz.
Yeah, he even says he wants sex. He tried to video chat me, and of course I didn't pick up. And he just said sex after that, like it was a code.
You know what we could do is we could make it a family affair, like some kind of a weird religious group where we have him
count me out.
But no, what we do is you broadcast from your iPhone talking to him. And then you can show us on screen, share your screen with us, and just you can terrorize him, and he'll be on the show, and we get the guests to ask him questions rather than us.
Well, that's what I was trying to do, but he wasn't into it.
He might be just not that into you, babe. That's good.
Well, then why is he sending me dick shots?
I guess because he's disturbed and likes you. He's like having a chihuahua that starts following you around downtown. You can't get rid of the little bastard. It's going to hump your leg whenever it can. I'm sorry, that's really terrible. Oh man. Anyway, let's get out of this. Let's get out of the basement here. We're going to be talking to somebody from down south, and I'm sure he's a good gentleman, and his whole family's
further north than where we are right now.
Well,
Yeah, for the
yeah, but
Northern
I meant
Norway.
I'm talking about, it's a different lifestyle, down in the middle of the
All
country
right.
in Ohio. There's a lot of good
Yeah.
blues. There's a lot of looking at Sam's down there, Kentucky. There's a lot of good rock and roll. And here we are. He might have family and friends watching, and they're going, "Why did you come on this show?" He might be asking himself that question right now. Your
Sean,
wife,
hi.
hey Shawn, I bet his wife's going, "I didn't know it was this kind of show." No, I'm kidding you, man. Sorry, Shawn. I
Oh
hope
no,
our best to the missus. I tip my hat if I had one.
yeah,
How are you?
I'm great, man. I'm from you mentioned from kind of southern Ohio area
Mm-hmm.
where the corn grows tall and lots of I was talking to some guy up here. We're vacationing. Actually, we're actually in Wildwood, Jersey Shore now. So
Oh,
we're actually up here close to you.
yeah, you're not far
But
at all.
we were vacationing up here this week, and one of the bartenders we've been hanging out down here, and he's like, "Yeah, I drove through Ohio once, man. I didn't see nothing but corn and cows, but I never did see any barns. And I trying to figure out where the cows go. And I'm like, well, you don't need a barn unless you're birthing a calf, like
Right,
they just
right. Or you're
take
milking
them
them.
in the fields, man.
Yeah, or if you're milking them,
Right. If you got a milking operation, yeah, you need a barn for that. But
I much more prefer the other model of making money off cattle. That'd be just too much. Being a dairyman is just such a brutal thing.
yeah, for sure, man. Farming that's so yeah, we've been hanging out up here in Jersey Shore, and we got a nice little beach house rented. And I was planning on doing the show in the backyard here. They got a nice little setup, but the wind is blowing like 60 miles an hour, man. It's like
Here too.
crazy. Like it'll blow you down.
Well, you came. I understand we're going to have 2 days of weather, but Sunday it's going to start getting very nice, and Monday's supposed to be real decent.
I hope so, because I got my two boys up here. My sister's lives in Maryland. She drove over. I have a son that goes to college in Pennsylvania. He drove down. My other boy came up with us.
We're bringing 4 people over tomorrow, so
we got this place
coming on down.
12 people, so bring it on, man.
That's right. I'm just kidding.
We gotta
We'll terrorize your family.
Come have a beer with me, man.
Hell yeah. Well, Julie will have the beer with you. I'm gonna just drink a little Coca-Cola, but that's all right, man. So how long the guys in your band, are they friends from a long time? Have you been together?
Yeah. So the guys in my band, man, they've all been playing music professionally, for like years and years and years. And I met these guys through a band that I used to be in. And all except my drummer. I never met my drummer until we actually formed the band. My bass player is like, man, I've got the guy that, and he's a beast. His name's Scott Smith. But my bass player's name's Dave Short. I've got 2 guitarists. One guy's name's Kevin Ashcraft. The other guy's Steve Henson, which has been playing on the scene down there for, I don't know. I don't even know how long. 40 years probably. He's an older guy. We're old. We're older guys. We're not we're not the younger guys.
Right.
But
well, you guys look pretty good for being around the 30s. Nice young. Still out there fighting it out.
We still do our thing, man.
Hey, tell me about your drummer. I always like the interesting stories about drummers and bass players, because Julie's a bass player.
Yeah. I heard that you were a drummer as well.
Yes.
But if you go to my Facebook page, you should be able to find a video on there somewhere of him doing a Moby Dick solo.
Oh, I actually, now it all comes back to me. I saw that.
Did you?
Yeah,
he
when I
just,
first talked to you, it's all coming
yeah,
back.
yeah.
With his hands, he was quite good. Now I remember
Yeah.
that now.
And when that video was taken, that was like totally unrehearsed. We
Right.
just decided like earlier that day, we had it was a pretty big show.
Mm-hmm.
And I just messaged, I'm like, you know what? I'm like, everybody on the stage gets a solo, gets their time in a spotlight. I think Scott needs to do a solo tonight. I'm like, come on,
Right.
what do you think, Scott? He was
Mhm.
like, well, yeah, let's do this. And so, everybody just kind of,
Tore
my
into
bass
it.
player hadn't even heard the song in probably 25 years or something. He just pulled it up on YouTube, and with that, it was totally unrehearsed.
It's the best way, man. Shoot it out of the pocket and just tear into it. No place to hide.
Yeah.
Very
So
nice.
in the band, we're a country honky tonk band with definitely a blues feel. We've got a lot of blues stuff that we do. We like to have fun, have a good time. I consider myself singer songwriter and a blues harp player. I play the harp.
Oh,
I do play some guitar in a band, and sing.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't really consider myself a guitarist, but although I can play a little bit, enough to get us through this show.
Well, great. Well,
Because obviously, couldn't bring my band with me to New Jersey, but
yeah. Well, hell, like I said, we might show up. We'll bring the band. They're coming. They got a place here. Yeah, this guy from down south's coming up. We're joining him.
Yeah.
I'll make sure that everybody has enough for bail.
Oh yeah, man.
Awesome. Right on. Well, so tell me, what are you going to play for us today?
Well, I might as well start it out with a song. Back a couple of months ago, we were nominated for the International Singer-Songwriters Association Awards, and several different categories. And the one that made it through the top 15 and the voting of everybody, and thanks everybody that voted out there. I had some people, really hitting it hard for me to get me through. But U.S. Band Single of the Year, so it's a COVID, I call it kind of a COVID love song. It's a little tongue-in-cheek song I wrote about the past year that we've all been living in. And about a year ago, everybody's like, man, you need to write a COVID song. You need, and I'm like, no, that's, and because I don't write like that, You can sit down and say like, okay, I'm going to write a song about this today. That's just not how it works for me.
Right.
It just has to come to me. So one night, I was having a few beers, whatever, kick back, chill, sitting on the couch, and I just kind of had this come to me, and no time flat, this
I love it.
COVID love song. So it's kind of a sing-along song. So if you guys want to participate out there,
absolutely. But if you do, turn your mic off, guys, or we will put him into audio hell.
Oh yeah.
We tried the other day to do that. I had a cajon and a friend singing. We were singing "Happy Birthday." It turned into a three-legged dog with us mumbling something about it. Really sounded like speaking in tongues. So we won't do that.
This song, it's available on. We put it out as a single, and we actually didn't cut it until November of this past year, kind of late. And I kind of wondered if even I was like, well, I kind of felt like the COVID thing was starting to wind down. Then it was starting to pick back up again. I'm like, yeah, let's go ahead and do it, man. And, we had some great success with it. It's available on, all the digital download platforms that you may find out there.
Right.
From, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, YouTube, you name it, you can find it out there.
Great.
Shawn Bell and Blowing the Damn Fuses is the name of the band, Blowing the Damn Fuses. And if you want to sing along, all you got to do is when I say, how do we make love? You just give me a From 6 Feet Apart.
Sounds like something I would have lived through.
Yeah. And then that's the name of the song is 6 Feet Apart.
All right.
All right.
6 Feet Apart with Shawn Bell.
Yeah. carry around 2 yardsticks to measure 6 feet apart. And I've got surgical masks hanging from the mirror of my car. And I just want to love on you, but I can't reach that far. How do we make love from 6 feet apart? Well, I bought an 80-inch big screen with my stimulus check. It won't fit through the trailer door, so it's plugged in on the deck. And Kevin and Scott and Dave and Steve want to come over and watch the game. But the old lady put her foot down and said, there ain't no goddamn way. Well, I carry around 2 yardsticks to measure 6 feet apart. I've got enough hand sanitizer to wash down the whole damn trailer park. And I just want to love on you, but I can't reach that far. How do we make love from 6 feet apart? Well, I carry around 2 yardsticks to measure 6 feet apart. And I've got a surgical mask hanging from the mirror of my car. And I just want to love on you, but I can't reach that far. How do we make love from 6 feet apart? How do we make love from 6 feet apart? All right, there you go.
All right, man.
Thank you.
I love the concept. That's such a fun song
Thank you,
lyrically. It's
you
just really great.
Well, you know, it was a rough year for some people. You know, I mean, you know,
Is this autobiographical?
Find a date. You know, last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, I have to ask, is this an autobiographical song?
Well, you know, the year started out with, you know, with me being a, you know, single guy this time last year. But, you know, since then I met a tremendous lady that happens to be with me on this trip. So, you know, so yeah.
Well,
you know,
would you like to bring her on and we can, you know, vet her?
Well, she's in the other room, but
okay.
Yeah, they're tucked away in the other room. My 2 sons are back there. There's 4 dogs back there. You know.
Wow. All right.
We got the
whole family, man. I love it. I love it.
We got all the dogs. We got everybody here.
What kind of dogs do you have?
Well, my sister has a it's a lab mix, and we have Melissa. She's got 3 Shih Tzus.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, so you know they're, you know, so.
So do you have live predator prey interaction? I'm guessing.
Right. You know what? I heard this joke one time, and it said, you know, I told her about it when we first got together because she had the whole, you know, Shih Tzu thing going on. I'm like, you know what? I heard this about this new breed that this guy bred like a bulldog and a Shih Tzu. And she was like, really? That's kind of odd.
Oh God.
Well, you know, what do you think they called it?
Bullshit.
Like, well, I don't know. It's a bullshit. Yeah, I don't know.
But
I'm a comedian, but
no, I have to tell you, my parents were in the dog business. We owned a boarding kennel, and
yeah.
So they groom dogs, and you know, I can imagine a pack of Shih Tzus when they get fired up. That's when a drinking man like myself, I used to be, and I would have a good glass of, you know, bourbon ready for that occasion where they're all yapping at the same time.
Yeah, but they're not. Yeah, they're usually not too bad. Except, you know, like my son come over the other night, and you know, he was like, you know, Dad, can one of my buddies is going to come over. We're going to go back in the woods on the 4-wheeler and,
Oh, nice.
and stuff. I'm like, yeah, sure. No problem. And then, it was a work night. So, we were in bed kind of early and I never really thought about it, but every damn sound, there they start barking. I'm like, oh man, this is going to be a long day.
Listen, where you're at, you have to be very careful. The Jersey Devil is known to wander around down south.
I love the Jersey Devil.
Jersey Devil.
Fascinated by it.
Yes, I'm pretty sure Bruce Springsteen's the only guy who's actually got the key to where they keep him during the rest of the year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's great for this. When summertime's open, Bruce opens up the gate and he's out wandering around. For all I know, he's here in the islands.
That's awesome.
He recorded his first record like right down the hill from where I live, and his old manager is my neighbor. And it's funny, the Jersey Devil lurks. That's something we'll have our resident. We have an advertiser who's what is he called? He's a paranormal investigator and spiritualist. So
okay,
yeah,
we'll get John Spear on the hunt. You never know. We might come up with something. If you happen
to Jersey.
Well, yeah, I said we're going to show up, Jules. Now we'll bring John Spear and the whole paranormal investigative team. We'll probably get locked up for somebody down the street in their trailer. They'll see us out with some paranormal gear and they'll have us arrested.
Not those damn crazy people again.
What are those people again? Or they might think we're some kind of terrorist or something. I'd be careful.
Yeah,
it's like,
like the Ghostbusters or something,
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure they've seen plenty over there, so I'm sure they know exactly what we would be there for. They're like, yep, there goes some other ones. Stupid people going into the woods that will get lost and never get out. Dumbasses.
Well, he was seen in a few seedy hotels from what I've heard. So do you have another song you'd like to play before we go?
Sure. Yeah. I'll play another one for you. It's off our last full-length album, which was called Red, White, and Honky Tonk Blues, which we had, some great success with. It got played on a lot of radio stations, independent radio stations, a lot of internet radio.
Great.
This past year, and they're still playing it, actually. There's still several songs off the album that they're playing on. It was pretty awesome. But there's a pretty cool video to this. If you go to my Facebook page, you can search for it on there, and it's also on YouTube. But it's called "Pocket Full of Heartaches."
Great.
Goes a little something like this. Woke up this morning to an empty bed. Blues for the night before, well, they were swimming around my head. Gotta find a bottle so I can find my way. I got a pocket full of heartaches, keep the change. Sometimes the blues like hanging around. People like to kick you when you're down. Double shot of courage so I can start my day. I got a pocket full of heartaches, keep the change. Went to court this morning on a DUI. No judge said, now boy, said you just ain't right. $1,000 fine so I can start my day. I got a pocket full of heartaches, keep the change. Sometimes the blues like hanging around. The people like to kick you when you're down. Double shot of courage so I can start my day. I got a pocket full of heartaches, keep the change. Well, I got me a letter from the IRS. Seems old Uncle Sam is damn near milking me to death. And I've got money that I've got to pay. They're gonna put me in braces, haul me away. Sometimes the blues like hanging around. People like to kick you, bend you down. Double shot of courage, so I can start my day. I got a pocket full of heartaches, keep the change. I got a pocket full of heartaches, keep the change. All right.
All right, man.
Yeah, buddy.
That sounds very nice.
Thank you. Well, I appreciate that.
Well, Shawn, do you have any gigs coming up?
We do. They're all based around the Cincinnati, Southern Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana area.
Okay.
And actually, I'm kind of drawing a blank. I probably should have pulled my schedule up before we came on here.
Where can people find it? Do you have a website or
yeah, go to the best way is to go to my Facebook page. If you do Facebook, I'm on Instagram, but Facebook, just search Shawn Bell and Blowing the Damn Fuses, and it can take us to our page there. So I think next week, I think we'll actually be in Wilmington, Ohio, which is always my closest gig because I live in Wilmington. Usually everything we do, we pretty much stay local because, all my guys.
I understand. Good lives, families.
Full-time jobs. And, if you're doing the music thing, you got to,
I get it.
You got to pay a mortgage. But so we'll be at the 10 cap. I think that's maybe June 4th. And other than that, I'd have to check the schedule.
That's fine.
We really started picking up here over this past month. We had last weekend. We did a double header on Saturday. Had 2 gigs on Saturday, 1 on Friday.
Fun.
And,
nice.
Good for you guys.
You good? Yeah. I'm sure by that 3rd gig, you're like tight, ready to just bang through those things like on a hot skillet making an egg.
Well, it wears you down, man. But once I got to the gig and finally got everything set up and ready to go, I kind of got into my groove, and we had a great night, man. They've all been like outdoor shows, outdoor stages and everything. So that really just kind of, takes it to a different level for me because it's just adds to the element and the fun and everybody.
Absolutely. I tell them, I say, we'll play for free, but the setup's what costs you because
right, exactly.
They can't ever pay you enough for that.
No.
The setup. And the worst part about the setup is the teardown.
Yeah, it's a breakdown because
especially if you have to go a double setup and tear down in a day.
Yeah.
In a perfect world, you have enough stuff to have like a setup at one place. I've done those gigs 3 days in a row, 3 days, 3 times in the same day over New Year's and New Year's Eve.
Right.
It was nuts. I mean, it was
rough, man.
And there was a football game, and I had my car parked outside Harbor Island.
Yeah. Oh God!
I had played 2 gigs prior, and I'm going to go play at midnight. And the place was just like you'd expect it to be on New Year's Eve. All the Tulane people had won. It was like the Outback Bowl. So they went nuts running, and they were running on tops of cars. So they broke through the sunroof on my Honda Prelude, which I was really proud of. I got home. I'll just tell you, the next day, you've had a wild night when your neighbor and friend, like a good buddy of mine, calls me and he's like, I'm like, huh? And I wake up, and my ex is giving me a stink eye. And he says on the phone, hey, man, are you all right? And I said, I'm like, I think so.
Why would happen?
Well, what happened is on the way home, I got sick as a dog. And so at 80 miles an hour, I was hurling out the window and left a splendid, looked like I hit an alien in the road.
Yeah.
And it was brutal. So then I hadn't noticed in my obvious threat to others and myself state. And I basically got in the car, don't notice that the hood's all dented in, the sunroof's cracked. It's
Sounds
just
like a
fucked
bad
up.
night, man.
It was a bad night, but then I get up in the morning and I'm like, I'm off. It's the new year.
Yeah.
I'm stretching. And then she asked me what happened to your car. At that point, I'm thinking, I do not know. What do you mean? What happened? My friend's like, well, you got to go out and look at your car.
Yeah.
It was an ugly morning.
Reminds me of my younger days, man. You know, I'd have a long night, man, and it got to be like a Saturday or Sunday morning thing. You know, like, okay, get a shower, get up, go do a walk around the car to see what you hit last night, or what you backed into. What's the damage? Mm-hmm. You know, like did I get home unscathed? Or then there's some. There was some of those nights where, you're calling your buddies or your bandmates or whatever. And I'm like, hey, man, you got any idea where my car's at? I have no idea how I got home last night. You remember where's the last place I had my car?
Right.
And sometimes
or worse, when there's no car and somebody drove you. But remember, those were the days, and now, of course, for everybody, those were the days. We do not endorse drunk driving or anything like that.
Absolutely not.
So, now we're old
Uber and all that stuff now. Uber.
Yeah, so
I'm afraid I do not have stories like that to share along with you two. I'm sorry.
You're a young lass. You were raised in a proper Irish family. Listen,
I'm not Irish.
We got to go. That's right.
Thank you so much, Nate.
We took you in as a wee lass.
Julie.
Thanks, Shawn.
You guys are awesome,
Happy
man.
Memorial Day.
Happy Memorial Day to you too, man. You guys rock it on out, man. And,
all right. We'll see you soon. Don't be a stranger when you're out gigging. Let us know what you're up to.
Absolutely. We'll do, brother. Thank you.